All right, this is game 3, and sorry it's been a few days. I've been under the weather, and hoping actually that Montreal will win one for me here, because they're down 2-0 in the series right now, 2-0, and it's a best of 7. This is my replay of the 1948-49 Stanley Cup Final, and yeah, without further ado, let's get right into the game, because again, this is already kind of a few days overdue, I feel. So with the 7, the red 7, Montreal is the home team in this game, so they will, they'll have the puck. Ken Mostel here with it, and so the next card in the sequence is a black 6, and Mostel needs a 9 or a 10, ace 9 or 10 to make a play. So we burn 2 more cards to complete the sequence of 4, and then the puck's going to be retained by Montreal. It's going to Ken Reardon this time. Reardon with the 10, so he'll be able to follow through, and he sets up Elmer Locke. Locke with a 4. So Locke unable to put it by Harry Lumley in the Detroit net. And Detroit, and of course with Locke receiving the puck and then Locke taking the shot, that second sequence of 4 there has been complete. So we're on to the third sequence. That's right, I should be marking them down here. The first 2 periods I play 8 sequences, and then in periods 3 and or possibly any overtime periods I play 9 and 10. So it is Pete Horak here for Detroit. Horak with a 2, so that's just basically, I don't know, we'll call it an automatic miss. Joe Carveth here with it for Montreal, up to the 10-minute mark here of the first period. Carveth with a 3, so no can do. Could this be another quiet period like we had in games 1 and 2? So Joker, that's going to go to Montreal. I'm going to give it to Billy Ray. Billy Ray here, let's see if he can set somebody up with a 6, just barely. Let's see who Billy Ray finds on the inside. That's going to drop back to Leo Gravel, who has scored already in the series. Let's see what he can do with this one. This is sequence 5 also, I'm pretty sure. 4, so Gravel unable to get a good shot off there. It's going to be a Montreal team player. Pretty sure we're up to sequence 6. I'll pause and check before periods end. So the Montreal team player 5, I'm going to say that's Bob Filion. And let's see here. So Montreal needs ace or 7 to 10, so the 6 will not suffice. So 2 more cards will still come off to burn the sequence. That 1 card, the team card, kind of like an extra card. Pretty sure this is sequence 7, but again, this is about getting to the point where I should double check. Detroit with just, I think, their second possession of the period, and that's George G. George G will be able to follow through and set up a Detroit team player on the inside. And that team player is going to be Queen, so I'm going to give it to, we'll say Leo Rice. And actually ace or 5 to 10 to score, so this is not that bad of a proposition here for the Red Wings. And with the 9, the Red Wings are going to get on the board first here. So they've made it 1-0 at the Forum here late in the first period. That's Leo Rice from, it was George G, and the second assist on the goal will go to the 10 of clubs, which is Jack Stewart. So it is, like I said there, Rice from G and Jack Stewart. So 1 more sequence to play out in this period. Let's see if Montreal can tie it up late. The next card, that's going to be Montreal possession, so that's a necessary start. And that is Ken Mostel with the puck with the 5. Mostel won't be able to set anybody up, so just going to stop it there and say that it's 1-0 Detroit after 1. All right, second period, and I guess I mentioned this briefly off the top, but please bear with me for this one. I wanted to get this one done and not let it go too long in between videos and games, but again, I'm really kind of, I'm stuffed up and I'm on drugs. And not the fun kind either. So yeah, I've been just kind of battling illness for the past few, and that's why I've not played game 3 until now, but definitely still feeling the effects of it. So anyway, it's 1-0 Detroit after 1, and let's get going here the second period, where it's going to be Detroit getting the possession here off the start. That's Max McNabb. McNabb here with a 3, though it's not able to get anything going for Detroit. So in the second sequence here, we have Detroit again. That is Sid Abel this time. Sid Abel here with an 8. Abel's been kind of quiet statistically in the playoffs. I noticed just going through the spreadsheets a little earlier. Abel feeds it back to Bill Quackenbush, and Quackenbush, 9. That is a narrow miss. He needed either an ace or a 10. So the 9, he got close. But it's Montreal now with it back the other way, and that is Joe Carveth. Carveth, this time with a 4. That also will not suffice. I remember he had a 3 in the first period, so 2 more cards coming off it to kill the sequence. And up to sequence 4, where Detroit more possession this time in the period. So it's Marty Pavlich this time. Pavlich with the ace automatically through to an ace to Sid Abel, the aforementioned Abel, and it's 2-0 Detroit. I think this is like the first multi-goal lead that either team has had on the other in the series. Unfortunately for this Habs fan, it is the dominant first place overall in real life and in my replay, Detroit Red Wings. That is Sid Abel. From Goodis was Marty Pavlich, right? Sid Abel from Marty Pavlich, and the secondary assist will go to actually Sid Abel, so I'm just going to say 1 assist on the goal then. Abel from Marty Pavlich, and we play on where it's going to be Detroit maintaining possession here. George G with the Queen. That will not get through Montreal's team defense. So I'm going to have to count again. See, this suddenly got harder to do with, just with, again, just with my current condition. Anyway, that's another sequence gone by. It's going to be Montreal here with the puck, though. Murph Chamberlain this time. Yeah, I think we're on sequence 6. Again, I will double check. Chamberlain here needs a 9 or a 10, or ace 9 or 10. He does get a 9. So Chamberlain, he's able to set up Rip Riopel. There's a name that's fun to say out loud on camera. Rip Riopel. I'm actually not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but the first name Rip. So anyway, Rip's going to let one rip from high in the slot, and let's see, he needs either an ace or an 8 to 10 to get a goal, and that is a blackjack, so that will be stopped easily by Harry Lumley. So if we're on sequence 7, let's see, it's going to be Detroit again, the Red Wings with a lot of possession in this period. McFadden not able to do anything with it. Let me just double check here. So 29 cards used, and I don't think there have been any team possessions in this period. So the 1 extra card there, because again, 4 multiplied by 7 would be 28, but there was 1 extra card flipped to try to award a secondary assist there on the goal by Sid Abel. So there's 1 more sequence to go here in the second period, and at least it is a Montreal possession here, Ken Mosdell. But Mosdell with the 8 where he needs a 9 or a 10. So that is it. After 40 minutes, it is 2-0 for Detroit, and the Red Wings, again, they're up 2-0 in the series. All right, so it is, it's the third period. It's 2-0 for Detroit after 2. They're about to go up 3-0 in the series if Montreal can't find a way to put some goals on the board. And the opening sequence is going to be Detroit and George G again. G here with the Red Jack. The Montreal's team defense will take care of that. So that's 1 sequence gone. Now, there are 10 sequences in the third period. That's how I play it. But the second goes to Detroit and Max McNabb. McNabb unable to do anything with it. So we move on to the third sequence here. And finally, in Montreal possession is Bob Fillion. Fillion with the ace. That's automatically setting up King, Rocket Richard. Come on, Rocket. Come on, you need an ace or a 4 to 10 to do it. 6. Okay, so Montreal is on the board. Montreal about 6 minutes here into the third period. It is none other than Maurice Richard from Bob Fillion. And the secondary assist is to Clubs. Elmer Locke, punchline mate of Rocket Richard, actually. Toe Blake had retired by this point, so Montreal did not have the full punchline. And Elmer Locke would be higher up on the card, but he missed time that season. Missed about half the season, actually, in real life. And so that's, again, I said this in an earlier video, but that's why I don't bother with the blackjack and the injuries for this, because, again, Locke, I'm quite certain back then, would have been higher on the card. He would have been more among the team's top scorers, if not for missing time due to injury that season. Anyway, it is 2-1. Montreal has made this a 1-goal game, and they get the possession off the hop here. Norm Desault. Desault here with the 9. That is going to be good enough for him to be able to feed it through, and he gets it to the Queen, Ken Mosdell. Ken Mosdell, come on. Ace or 5 to 10. Oh, and it's a 2. Mosdell shanks it on the shot. Okay, that was 4 sequences gone by, so we're up to 5 here now. and three of diamonds here. That's Roger Legier. He needs an ace or a 9 to 10. He gets the joker. That'll do as well. It's automatically through here to the ace. So come on, Roger Legier to Billy Ray. You need an ace or a 4 to 10. This is maybe the best chance of Montreal will have all period to tie it. And the 4 just barely crossing the line, just over the line. Billy Ray scores for Montreal. Billy Ray from Roger Legier. And the secondary assist on that is, let's see here, the 2 of hearts. Oh, that's Billy Ray again. So I'm just going to say Ray from Legier. And suddenly we have a whole new hockey game. 2-2 here, Montreal and Detroit. And it's going to be Montreal here with the possession. I'm going to say Billy Ray gets the extra shift here, an extra quick shift after getting the goal. So Billy Ray here with the puck and the 6. He's going to be able to send it through to number 10. That is Elmer Locke. Locke needs an ace or an 8 to 10, and he gets a 4, and that would have been sequence 6. So I think we're up to sequence 7 now. We're at Detroit with possession. That is blue line quarterback Jack Stewart. Jack Stewart with the 8. He'll be able to get it through to 9. That's his Gordie Howe. He's already scored in this series as well. Gordie Howe with a 5 this time. Doesn't do it. So sequence 8 here. It's Detroit maintaining possession. Bill Quackenbush this time. Quackenbush, that will not get through the Montreal team defense. So I believe this is sequence 9 here of the period. And I'll pause and check after this one in case. I wouldn't put anything past me at this point. Anyway, so it's going to be, the possibility of me making a mistake here and not counting time correctly. So Marty Pavlich. Pavlich with a 7, which will be good enough. So Pavlich here actually it's Pavlich individual effort. Pavlich individual effort. He needs an ace or a 9 or a 10 and the queen. That's going to be a good save there by Bill Durnan. So one more sequence left, and if there's not a goal here, then this is headed to overtime for the second time in this series already. It is Detroit with the possession here. Bud Poyle, Detroit looking to steal it at the last second. The 10, Poyle will feed it through to 8. 8 is Jim McFadden. 1948 Calder Trophy winner. Jim McFadden needs an ace or an 8 to 10. And he gets a 9. Oh my goodness. Oh no. Oh my God. Oh, I can't believe it. Oh, damn. Let me double check that. I know. It's, oh my goodness. Bud Poyle, the 10, he feeds it through to Jim McFadden. And Jim McFadden scores there at the last second. Freaking Detroit at the last second, the dagger. Oh my goodness. Montreal had worked so hard. They'd battled so hard to come back there in the third period, down 2-0 after 2. So it is Detroit taking game 3. So Montreal, let me see, it was the 1942 Maple Leafs. What just dropped? It's the 1942, I guess it was the pawn, the marker. Don't know how that would. Anyway, so it wouldn't have been, it would have been more recent in history. The 42 Maple Leafs that came back from the 3-0 playoff series deficit. My goodness. Yeah, I'm going to stop it after that one. Detroit has won yet again. 3-2 in the game, and now they're up 3-0 in the series. As always, anytime, any consideration you give to this one. And I don't know, maybe you don't notice any difference in terms of like quality, but certainly verbally, this felt like a slog to me. But I just really felt like, again, I was waiting, a few more days until maybe I'm feeling a bit better and a bit more sprightly and sharper, versus I don't want it to go too long without playing a game. And since I've already got games 1 and 2 of this series on camera, I thought I would just continue playing the series out on camera. So it is what it is. I did my best with what I have, but today I just don't have as much. And Montreal, they had a nice rally there in the third period, but they were unable to. They come up a little short in the end. And it's been a close series in every game, but Detroit's found a way to win every one of them. So all 1-goal games so far. One went to overtime. This one looked as if it might go there, but ultimately Detroit at the last second Yeah, Jim McFadden there at the last second. Anyway, anytime any consideration that you give to this, it's never expected, but it's always appreciated. I'll cap it at that. This is already 15 minutes. So peace, cheers, thanks, and bye for now.